Alright, well, hello viewers, and welcome back to our second Let's Play for the wonderful game that is Cities Skylines. So, we made something of a traffic system here, servicing a whole bunch of, well, industrial farms right over here. And this seems to be working, but not as efficiently as I would have liked right over here. But nevertheless, it's a work in progress, and, well, you know what I could do with this is that I could make it a whole bunch of on-ramps and all off-ramps to maybe make it slightly more efficient. So I'll see what I can do from there. In the meantime, though, we have a lot of cash, and evidently we have a lot of crime in this city, so I figured we'd fix that. We'll place one police station down right over here, we'll place another one down right over here, try to get this area fixed up. Oh, those are fire stations. Nevertheless, that works too, because fires inside this area seem to be quite a bit of a problem as well. What is going on over here? A lot of people are waiting for hearses as well, because I think there's only yeah, one graveyard in the city. So you know what? We'll place down one right over here, and inside this area right here, what I can do is that I can kind of make a graveyard. Where would be a good area? Over here, I guess. So there we go. That should solve another portion of the city's problems. Over here, it is crime that is the problem. So let's get a friendly police station right over there. What is this, like Compton over here? Get like 2 police stations. And I think we'll need a firehouse for this area right over here. There we go. So that helps out, but it's not necessarily enough. So we'll see what we can do further that, and we'll see where we can put some of the well-earned city budget to next time. But for now, let's see. Yeah, it would be a lot more efficient if we made this a series of on and off ramps. So here's what I'll do. We'll get rid of that. We'll make this an on connection. We'll make... I want this to curve in nicely so that traffic is installed. We'll get another one like that. Over here, this is fine. And let's see, so that's cycling traffic at a decent rate, I'd say. It's not, say, fully efficient just in how it's set up, but it is a start. Oh, this area right over here should be still one of these curved sections. And I'm gonna see whether or not we can maybe make a kind of a raised platform like that. Yeah, something like that. It'll be weird at first because it's really curved oddly. Actually, wow, that's really steep. But that should start flowing traffic out at a much better rate than what we've seen in the past. And you know what? We can go one step further with this. Let's see, how can I bridge it over there? Okay, now we just have to see whether or not the AI can use it, and yes they can. Okay, so there. That should make things slightly more efficient. And this will just gradually process the absurd amount of traffic that we have coming through Dean Square. And now over here, okay, so this area is developed nicely. It's got some decent leveled up buildings going along here. Could use an elementary. So we get one more there, so we'll have 3 in total. Let's make that 4. Police is good. We wanted a fire station somewhere over here. And I suppose we could have one more over there. That kind of completes the coverage of the town. Try to empty out that landfill. We'll get a new incinerator. Ooh. Over here. Oh, apparently it doesn't have water. There we go. And that'll start pumping out garbage trucks, which will hopefully drive around, find some things to incinerate, and go from there. And we could actually put one over here as well. And that should kind of cut back on how much garbage we actually store. So that'll help out immensely with that. Over here, some citizens are sick. Where is the nearest clinic? The nearest clinic, okay, is kind of far away. So we'll take out a bit of a loan and we'll get a new clinic set up right over here. Oh wow, it's actually the only clinic in this area. So in that case, you know what? We're gonna go with 2. Right, and there you go. You see the wave of how... Wow, you see the wave of houses upgrading. It is just insane how fast that goes. And the good thing about that is, of course, that is just all extra revenue right there. Got these, you know, humble buildings converted into not so humble. You've got some, you know, truly larger residencies popping up now. Okay, so that area is truly something. And this area over here is kind of holding along. It's not doing badly by any means, but you know what? It's not doing great as well. So going from here, I'm going to try to reduce a lot of the transports coming in and out of this area. And how I'm going to do that is that I'm going to set up something right over here to do so, I would say. But I want to take a look at this slightly longer. I'm going to see whether or not we can perhaps go from... Actually, I'm going to buy up this land tile right over here. We can buy up to 9 of these land tiles. And I don't mind opening up a new area right over here. The reasoning being is... Can we make a connector right over here? Yes, we can. Okay. We'll do that. So we can front traffic into this area right here. And you guys see where this is going. Now that we have trains, but not enough cash, we'll have to wait until we have enough cash for a train setup. I still want to minimize traffic going through this loop. Chances are is that I'll set up some more industry over here, so this is not gone to waste, and some more industry inside the backs of here. And a port probably to take further stuff, and I'll try to make the vast majority of our kind of a metropolis on this side. For now, just want to have enough cash to get this train station down. It's going to cost us 60 grand, which is, yikes, that is a lot of cash, but it'll solve a lot of this production mess. Speaking about this, let's take a look at, you know, how well is our systems going over here. So taking a look at production, let's see, we import a large amount of agricultural products, evidently. Almost every single one of these trucks actually carry products like that. A lot of the stores kind of have a few trucks dedicated to supplying them. They're actually the smaller kind of donut trucks there. We export almost completely agricultural stuff, so that's the inbound cars like that. We don't have a lot of tourism, which makes sense. There's actually only, would you look at that, one building where tourists actually visit from the looks of it, and it is just an organic foods store. Yep, 2 people like to go there apparently. Interesting stats indeed. Okay, so we have... we still don't have enough for that. We can grab another 2,000 like that. It's not worth holding like that just for the sake of interest and stuff like that. But man, it's gonna take us a bit of time before we can amass such an amount. Let's see how this fire is gonna get handled. There we go. Right, so things are good there. Looks like we still have a few minor problems with a couple of things, but for the most part the city's operating nicely. Lots of traffic going through this area, so not too bad. And in the heart of the beast right over here, things seem to be going well. So now, come on, so close to that $40,000 range where we can truly start things again over here. Right, so there we go. Now we should be able to take this loan out, go to the transportation system sector, cargo terminal. We'll put that right there. That'll allow us to build, well, train tracks. And now what we can do is that I can kind of link them up semi-haphazardly like this. And there we go. So, and again, the game will take some time to adjust for this, but what this cargo terminal will do now is that as these trains kind of pass by, rather as these, well, freight train or freighters come by, what'll happen is that a portion of them will start delivering their goods over here, and as they do that, what's going to happen is that it should take off cars from the main roads over here, so we'll see how long it takes for that to happen. But then eventually trains will start to come through this area right over here. That's why it's not working. And we should be able to get a decent amount from that. There we go. So that's a solid connection. And that's a solid connection, okay. I don't think the trains actually matter too much as opposed to like where they or in what direction they actually come from and stuff like that, so long as they can so long as it looks like they can get to the station, I think it should be fine. Yeah, there we go. So one train's gonna come in, it's gonna stop by, it's gonna say hi, it's gonna pump out a whole bunch of these well, cargo container things. So the game registers it now, and shortly after it should also register the fact that, well, yeah, there you go. I saw one truck stop by, a few other ones are stopping by. Yeah, there we go. A few are stopping through here, but more traffic, counterintuitive, is actually being put on the road than what is coming back here. But I'd imagine, yeah, there we go. Gradually, more and more trucks will start to stop by here, then going through the road network, which frees it up so that I can have something set up here, which might include, I don't know, even another one of these sections. And right, so it goes from there. Okay, so overall things are good inside that area, so I'm going to designate a new region now. And what we're going to make over here is, let's see, Cozy Park is, you know what, we're going to make this into a oil industry area. It's going to considerably increase ground pollution and tax, but you know what, I don't plan on expanding the map anymore into this area, and I am fine with having that there. So let's see what we can do now, shall we? Let's see. So for Quarry Park, we are going to need a whole bunch of water mains for building this area up. Okay, so that should cover it. Now, for water, this area is going to be very, very intensive, so I'm going to go with another 2 pump stack. And we're gonna go with extra sewage disposal as well. And sewage right now already isn't it isn't exactly the nicest sight with the rest of this lake already being kind of you know what, honestly it's quite polluted already, but well, that's just the pace of things, right? So we'll go with that. And now let's see. We're gonna give the highway another little cut back like that, because we want to develop over here, and this will be a nice cycle for the traffic to go through. And now I'm actually going to upgrade this road right here into a major type of road, so that we can kind of build off of this. We'll make this into a bit of a bigger grid to build things through with. And I'm just going to stripe this area down like that, so we have a really good utilization of the amount of land here, but at the same time it should be, I would say, decently sparse on, well, you know, how much traffic can go through there. And this sets up for a lot of dirty industry. So on one hand you got farms just, you know, a couple meters that way, and on the other you got some of the heaviest pollution going down the oil industries right over here. And would you look at that, that pops up with a whole bunch of dollar signs attached to it. And soon enough, I think the electricity will just auto-connect, really. We'll give it some time. But one thing's for certain, that this area right over here is going to produce so much electricity, or so much money for the rest of the city, really, that it is going to truly crank up that bank balance, which will be really nice to see. And we can empty out another dump like that. And once this area fills up, that is going to put our budget, hopefully put our budget increase up into the ranks of, I don't know, 6,000, 7,000-ish, because that would be really nice. So, in the meantime, as that builds up, let's see, we're going to need some more housing to sustain it. Alright, that's fair. What I wanted to check out was how much we actually, well, how much our land values are actually worth, for example. That's something that's fairly intriguing. For now, let's do something like this. I'm going to develop this into a new high density area. And surprisingly, the high density areas, and I think we've already shown this, but they can be as small as one tile, which I was really surprised by. That's right. So that's one thing. Over here, we're going to have a bit of a buffer zone between the city proper and everything on the side here. So we'll make a few road connections like that for people who want to get in and out of the city. Trying to make one of those like little striped areas where traffic between the two highways can go through, so that kind of avoids the problem of having some sort of a weird interconnected type of loop. And let's see, so the power plant is fine, the other buildings are fine too. There you go, the oil industry is up. We are up at almost 6,000, almost 7,000 in terms of income, so this is pretty good. But the thing is that this area is already starting to turn gray. It's already bleak. And you got the trees, which is just, you know, whittled down, at least from a distance. town over here. And there we go, we've surpassed $7,000 per week. That's $1,000 a day, so that's very, very good. Well, thanks to that industry. And over here, well, the freight has taken such a liking towards this cargo station that almost all of the trucks are now stopping at it. And it's actually creating a backlog for the trucks trying to enter the warehouse, trying to exit it. Wonderful, wonderful place. So, now I think it goes without saying that for the oil industry right over here, we figured we might as well have a dedicated, you know what? You know what? For this entire area, I'm actually going to have an entire fire station just in itself inside this area, so that if there's a fire, nothing bad will happen. Fires inside this game, they don't spread, but at the same time, I don't want them to happen very often, because it costs us a lot of time to take into those matters. So let's see, there's a bit of a problem right over here. Tankers are trying to enter the city nice and proper, but it slows down the entry in here. But this is fixable. Seeing whether or not I can wrap this in anywhere. I can wrap it in like that, which will help out, but it won't help, say, a terribly large amount. Now, let's see. Yeah, I don't think I can wrap this in any better. Maybe something like that, but I have a feeling that, yeah, people will still prefer the regular route over anything else. It's surprising that they really enjoyed this route. I didn't really expect them to like it, to take a liking to it that much. You know what? I'm actually going to get rid of this so that it splits them up into two, I would say, slightly less efficient lanes, but much better in terms of overall efficiency. There we go. So now this oil patch is being utilized nicely. This station is still exporting so much stuff, and over here things are good. So next episode, I think we will try to prettyify our town with a few parks here and there for leisure, and afterwards we get to do the fun comparison where we get to see, well, let's see. Or actually, let's take a look at this right now. Half of or a quarter of our produce is coming from oil now. But what I wanted to take a look at was land values and whether or not we can bump some of this green to that nice high value of, well, a nice yellowish color. So I'll see you guys there.